The alien ship hovered above Earth, its sleek black surface glinting in the bright sunlight. Aboard, the Council of the Zetrians, the most advanced civilization in the galaxy, watched eagerly through the massive windows of their war room. They were ready for a new conquest, and Earth was their next target. The Zetrians were far beyond the reach of most species. Their technology was unparalleled, and their armies had crushed countless civilizations across the stars. They were confident, overconfident. Earth, they had decided, would be easy. The young Zetrian commander, Izran, stood tall before the council members. His skin shimmered like silver in the dim lighting, his many eyes scanning the human planet below. He was the one who had recommended Earth for the next campaign. The humans, with their primitive technology and limited knowledge of the galaxy, seemed like an easy target. They were no match for the might of the Zetrian Empire. "Begin the invasion," Izran ordered, his voice cool and commanding. The Zetrians had come with a force unlike anything Earth had ever seen. Their ships, capable of traveling faster than light, unleashed a storm of powerful energy weapons from above. The ground trembled as cities were obliterated by concentrated blasts. Humans, as they always did, began to fight back, but their weapons were no match for the alien force. The first wave of the Zetrian ground troops landed in major cities around the globe. They were large, monstrous beings with thick, armored exoskeletons that protected them from most conventional human weapons. Their weapons, too, were more advanced than anything Earth had ever known. The humans struggled, but they resisted, showing no sign of surrender. The Zetrians watched, bemused by the futile resistance. Back on Earth, in a hidden underground facility, a group of the world's top military leaders gathered. They had been watching the invasion unfold on screens, helpless as their cities burned and their people fell. But there was something they knew that the Zetrians didn't. Among them was General Robert Carter, a grizzled veteran of countless battles. He had fought in wars that spanned the globe and had seen things that would haunt him forever. But this was different. That humans hadn't stood a chance against the Zetrians' superior technology, but Carter knew there was something the aliens hadn't accounted for. Humans didn't give up. "Prepare the Alpha Protocol," Carter said, his voice steady. "It's time for them to learn what happens when you underestimate us." The Alpha Protocol was the last resort, an ancient defense system that had been in place for years, hidden in plain sight. No one, not even the aliens, had known about it. It was a weapon designed not to fight the Zetrians with firepower or technology, but with something more powerful: human ingenuity. The protocol was activated. On the surface, the remaining human fighters, military personnel, scientists, and ordinary citizens were rallying. They might not have had advanced spaceships or energy weapons, but they had something the Zetrians didn't: resilience. They had something worth fighting for. The survival of their planet, the survival of humanity. In cities around the world, human forces began to regroup. The survivors who had fled the initial attacks had found their way to the underground bunkers, and soon they began to coordinate with one another, using old-school communication methods. Radios, walkie-talkies, and even handwritten messages passed between units. While the Zetrians focused their firepower on large cities, they didn't see the small resistance groups forming in the shadows. What the Zetrians didn't understand was the strength of human unity. They underestimated the power of people coming together to fight for their lives, their homes, their families. They didn't realize that humanity could adapt. Humans were fighting not just with weapons, but with their minds. They had learned over the years to fight in ways the Zetrians could never have imagined. One by one, the human resistance launched their attacks. Small but precise, they sabotaged the Zetrian machinery, disabled their ships, and broke their communication lines. The Zetrians were starting to panic. They had never faced a foe like this. They had never encountered beings who could adapt so quickly, who could come up with new ways of fighting even when they had no chance of winning. The tide was turning. As the days passed, the humans began to reclaim their cities. Slowly but surely, they pushed back the invaders. It wasn't easy, and the cost was high, but they were winning. Then something unexpected happened. The Zetrian warship, the largest in their fleet, was struck by a missile, an old-fashioned human-made weapon. The missile was designed to bypass the Zetrians' advanced shielding system. The humans had used their knowledge of the enemy's technology, learning from every battle, to design a weapon that would exploit the aliens' one weakness, their overconfidence. The ship exploded in a flash of light, a symbol of the human resolve. Azran, watching from his command center, clenched his many fists. He had underestimated the humans. He had thought their primitive ways would make them easy prey. But now, his fleet was in disarray, and his soldiers were retreating. The once mighty Zetrian Empire was crumbling before the sheer determination of Earth's people. General Carter stood on a ruined battlefield, his face streaked with dirt, but his eyes burning with victory. "This is what happens when you underestimate humans," he muttered, watching the enemy forces fall back. It wasn't just their technology or their weapons that had won the battle. It was their spirit. The one thing the Zetrians had failed to see, the one thing no advanced technology could defeat, was the unyielding will of humanity to survive, to fight for what mattered most. And that was something no alien empire could ever conquer.